Well, this is the answer key for our line graph project where we were graphing the number of pizza data based on the number of pizzas sold at Pedro's. The task was use the pizza sales cards to find out how many pizzas Pedro sold in 8 months, plot the information in the pizza sales cards on the line graph, answer the questions in the task sheet. So these are the pizza sales cards over a period of 8 months. This is the template we're using for the graph. And notice that all of the months are down here. They're listed here. The number of pizzas is on what is called the y-axis. The months of the year are on the x-axis. So our first data point is January. In January, 90 pizzas were sold. So we go to our graph. Here's January. We're going to plot our first point on this line for January. So once again, January, 90 pizzas. So we're going to put our first point here, right above January on that line at 90. So that's our first point. Our second data point is February. In February, 95 pizzas were sold. We go back to our graph. Here's February. We're going to put a dot on this line. Okay, that line. Now we want to notice we don't see 95 here, so we have to estimate as to where 95 would be. Well, we know that it's larger than 90. It's smaller than 100. In fact, it's halfway. Now we also need to notice here, if we go up every line from 90 to 100, we can go up like this. 92, 94, 96, 98, 100. So each line represents 2 pizzas. So 95 is going to be right here between these 2 lines. So that's 95. Okay? Our next data point is March. 110 pizzas were sold. So that's going to go, here's the line for March. Please excuse my less than adequate artwork. 110. We go back. Okay. Next point is April. 100 pizzas were sold in April. Here's April. Here's the line for April. Okay. 100 pizzas. So that is going to go right here. Now, by this time, hopefully you're getting the idea. So in May, 115 pizzas were sold. That's halfway between 110 and 120, so we're going to put that point here. In June, 125 pizzas were sold, so we'll put that halfway between 120 and 130, like that. July, 120 pizzas, so here's July, 120. August, 130 pizzas. So here's August all the way to the top. Now we're going to connect, and this is why it's called a line graph. We're going to connect the dots using these lines. Okay? Just like this. We connect one dot to the next month, and that dot to the next month, and so on. So this is our line graph. And we have to use this data to answer the questions. So our first question, how many pizzas did Pedro sell in March? Now we could always go back to the data cards, but we'll use the graph for this. Here's March. There's the data point. That's at 110. So the answer is 110. Okay? Excuse me a minute. Question number 2. Pedro sold the most pizzas in the month of. We look at our, now what we need to do is we need to look at our line graph. which month's dot is higher or is the highest? That would be right here, 130. That was August. So we'll go over here. We'll type August. Pedro sold the fewest pizzas in the month of what? So we have to go back, look for the dot that's lowest on the graph, and that would be 90. That would be January. So we're going to type January here, okay? How many more pizzas did Pedro sell in July than in April? Well, we have to identify the number of pizzas sold in April and July. If we take a look, there were 100 pizzas sold in April, 120 sold in July. So, easy enough. Take 120 pizzas minus 100 pizzas to get 20 pizzas. All right, go to the next one. How many fewer pizzas did Pedro sell in February than May? Back to the graph. February, 95. May, 115. So we'll do the same thing. 115 minus 95, 20 pizzas. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this up since we're kind of plowing our way through this. Switch to purple. Question number 6. Between May and June, did Pedro's sales increase or decrease? Well, here's May, here's June. We can see right away that they increase. And we know this because the line goes up. The line is going up. So simple enough. And let's see, what color have I not used? Let's try a light blue for the next one. Number 7. How many pizzas did Pedro sell in 8 months? Well, for this one, what we need to do is we need to add all of the pizzas. All pizzas sold each month to get our answer. So we add up all of the pizza sold in these 8 months, and I'm going to spare the procedures here. So, 885 pizzas. So this is how we create a line graph, and this is how we gather information from the line graph. Please review this video as we will take one more shot at this in a future class.